Hey Ross World. Today I'll be simply talking about how my money makes me money. First of all, savings. Savings is a very intricate part of obtaining money and eventually having wealth later on in life when you most need it. You have your regular savings account, whether it be in a brick and mortar or online. Sometimes online offer high interest rates. Then you also have your high yield or your high interest savings account. Then you also have your money market savings account. Research, 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 research. You will be at a disadvantage if you do not do your research on your bank, on banks. You want the most bang for your buck. What does that mean? You open up a regular savings account, you want to look at the interest rate that you're occurring. Also, you want to look, does it have a monthly fee? How much do you have to deposit to open it? And do you have to have a minimum balance of a certain amount to keep it open? Say, for instance, my bank. It takes $25 to open that savings account. But once you deposit that $25 and you open that account, there's no minimum balance. There is no monthly fee. Also, make sure that bank has the option of electronically direct deposit, which most banks do nowadays. That you can deposit a check either in your savings or your checking account using your cell phone. Make sure that account has no or very, very small ATM fees. I have 10 withdrawals a month from any ATM. My bank will reimburse me. And this is very important because those ATM fees, if you look at the end of the month, if you actually want hard cash on you, will occur up to $20, $30, sometimes even $40. So be very cognizant of that. That's very important. That could be money saved. Now, with your regular savings account, we either be in a brick and mortar bank or either online, they're really not high interest. So moving on to the high interest and high yield accounts, these are slightly different. You can still find ones that have no monthly maintenance fee, but they do have a minimum balance that you need to maintain or that you need to open up. Now I wrote some notes here, and one of the best that I found was Ally, believe it or not. They offer 1% as online savings account with no account minimum and no monthly maintenance fees. It also boasts about transparency and all this other stuff. Another good one is Synchrony Bank. High yield savings offers an impressive 1.05 APY. There's no minimum balance required to open an account, though you will have to keep at least $30 on your account, or there's a $5 monthly maintenance fee. This is the last one for example. Discover Bank. You need at least $500 to open an online account, but you'll get a healthy 0.95 APY. There is no ongoing minimum balance or monthly maintenance. That's your high yield. You also have to be very aware that some of these high yield or even regular savings account requires you to have a certain credit score. I have no idea. My disclaimer is I am no financial advisor. I have no college or professional courses, but I did take courses to increase my knowledge on savings, checkings, and investing. Last but not least, you have your money market savings account. These kind of work like high yield, but different. They're almost like investing, but it's virtually no risk at all because money market savings account are backed by the FDIC. And what that means is if you're losing money in that account, they're going to back that account up to a certain amount. Most time you may see is $250,000, but money market savings account, believe it or not, is another way you can actually start to get into investing. Me, I'd rather keep my money in a high yield, a high interest savings account. If I want to move to investing, I will either do micro investing or something like a mutual fund. Also, with those online and also your regular savings account, be aware of fees, 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 and fees. And make sure that it has every option available. Whether you want to mail in a check, you want to deposit with your cell phone. There's no fees for direct deposit or having $0 and 0 cents in your account. Some banks will actually charge you because you have no money in your account. What does that mean for the bank? They can't make money. They use your money and they invest your money to make them more money. So if you don't have any money in your account, they can't make money off your money. So guess what they do? They charge you a maintenance fee. Like one of those banks, Synchrony Bank, you got to keep at least $30. Now, that's not too bad. But the other two, Discover and Ally, you may have to open it with a certain amount of money, but you didn't even have a minimum balance. Same as my bank. And also, I believe Discover or Synchrony, and I'm not really protesting for them, go out and open one of those banks. They're just good examples. But some of them have unlimited ATM, meaning you go to Bank of America, you go to Charles Schwab. It doesn't matter. You go to Navy Federal. You go to all these different banks and you're drawing money because that's the only bank in the area. And you're being charged $2, $3, $4 at a time. Some banks will reimburse that because they want their customers to be loyal. They don't want them to move to another bank. So they're going to pay your ATM fees. So at the end of the month, they're going to deposit that amount that you spent taking out money and put it right back in your account. Now with my bank, which is USAA, I have up to 10 times a month to withdraw money from any ATM. I believe no more than $3. Now, the catch to that is there's really no hard shell, no brick and mortar USAA. There's very few of them, and mainly in Texas. So they're not nationwide, but they're nationwide electronically online. So this is just something very quick for you guys to understand. How much should you save? For everyone is different. Some people say save 6 months to a year of every single bill that you have. So what does that mean? Every bill, everything you buy each day, your mortgage, your rent, insurance, car note, it doesn't matter. Every single bill that you have that you pay a month. Whether you get a coffee every day and you pay taxes on that coffee, down to the last penny. Some people spend $5,000 a month. $5,000 a month. So what does that mean? Multiply 5 times 6. That's how much money you need to sustain if you were to become ill, get hurt, get laid off, get fired, change jobs, and you're looking for another job. That's how much money you're going to need to sustain your way of life. Now, in the job market today, you can get a job the next day, or it can take you 6 to 7 months. So it's different for everybody, and everybody's budget is different. But in your savings account, you want at least to have 6, I would even say 8 to 12 months of everything that you buy, everything that you spend, your total expense account, car note, food bill, utilities. It doesn't matter. You want that money in your savings account, and that's the money that you're not going to touch at all. Most people call it an emergency fund because you're going to use those funds when it's an emergency. You go in there, your aunt, your father, your sister, your brother, whoever it may be, got sick, got ill, you had to go to a funeral, unfortunately, and you don't want to use the cash that you use every day, so you go into your emergency fund, and guess what? You replace that money. Everybody has their own different equation, but the only advice I'm trying to give is you want a savings account, you want a checkings account, and we're getting to that a little later, but that savings account is money you simply don't touch. Whether it be you're saving up for something, but I'm talking about diversifying your savings account. So one savings account may be your emergency fund, and then another savings account is short-term savings, short goal saving that you would use. You're going on a trip. You're going backpacking in Europe. You're going over to Australia. You're going to Alaska, and you want to save up money for that, and you don't want that to come out your checking. And savings account, some of them have penalties. Some of them you can't transfer money to your checkings or to your savings back and forth no more than 6 times a month, no more than 8 times a month. You have to do your research on banks. You want the best bank accounts and interest rate to fit your lifestyle the most. Hopefully this video helps somebody to start saving. And it doesn't matter how much you make. If you have $50 over after you paid all your bills, save $5, save $10 of that, and let that money start to make you money. This is Ross World. I'm out.